We are live with Lucy and Artie and Johnie. Becca's in from House of Lenormand.
There's a notification.
My peeps aren't used to me being up this late.
Got your little night owl flavor going on.
Yeah, we only have 11 in the room so far. They're not used to me doing a late night owl. Yeah, Artemis over here, Lucy over here. She'll probably jump off, send my water splashing in a minute. We can always do a food chat afterwards. Oh my God, I'm eaten up by mosquito bites if I start scratching.
All that gardening.
All that gardening, all that outdoor stuff. Here's Artie.
Try to pull it up on YouTube here. There it is.
It was hot today.
About that. Okay.
Oh, we're up to 117. All right, there are some night owls.
Mm-hmm. My chat is usually your chat anyway, so it's same people are up, same like. They probably woke up. Wait, who's live? Wait, what is this?
Thank you, Larry. We'll be live Sunday night with Becca on my channel. I'm sure more of the crap will be happening over the weekend. Trump rally tomorrow. Maybe we should look at that. How's the Trump rally going to go? Oh, we're waiting on people to come in. We're just getting started. Somebody asked, how long has this been going on? Artie's over here just purring his head off.
YouTube finally sent the notifications out.
Good dog is stench. That sounds about right. Probably bussing people in to go to it. The mayor of Tulsa has been saying, don't go. Ooh, I think a fight's gonna break out. I got a fight card on the bottom.
I got a fight card, first card. I had 5 of wands and 7 of wands, the very first 2 cards that pulled out. It takes me back a little bit because nothing ever really disastrous happens, but with the climate that's going on, even in Oklahoma, there might be a protest or two. I get something from the past here with the Judgment and then 10 of Swords. There might be a trying to tamper down something, some sort of voices that are coming out, some sort of raise the dead type call. So there might be a protest. 4 swords or 5 of swords and the 4 pentacles. There might be a protest. Might be a weapon or 2 even.
Yeah.
Ace of Wands. I picked up the 9 of Pentacles, and so I thought, okay, maybe it's all works out in the end, like security, and then I get 6 of Cups reversed comes out. So he owes money for this venue, and it's going to be like the other ones where he doesn't pay for it. But yeah, some shite gonna go down.
there's going to be some shite. I agree. He shows up as the victor first card. Like I'm the winner. Only I can fix this. Right off the bat, he's going to be shouting how victorious he's been. His challenge is to get people to bond with them from both sides. So I do get that they've paid some people to go, quite a few, because that's the night. That's not the page. And there'll be some Republicans there too, not wearing masks. And somebody's moving into action. So there's definitely a fight energy going. But it's all his tribe, his people, his legacy, what he does, stand on the stage, deliver the speech. That's what he does for work. That's how he gets his giggles. And then people are going to get sick with the virus.
That's crazy.
Watch within 2 weeks. Little epidemic breaking out again.
Something's going to happen. It just seems nothing ever happens. So that's why I kind of just... Okay.
Let's ask, will there be arrests?
Yeah.
Since there's going to be a little shite show. Uh-oh, JR's getting the wine out. We're reading. We won't do that. I try not to do drunken tarot.
What kind of tension? Arrest.
Look at here's that moving into action again on the bottom. Any arrests?
I don't get arrests, but I do get someone might like be escorted out or something of the nature.
That's what I was getting. Separated out.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I get here.
I get a paid person, because they can't put a lid on their emotions. They bring change. This is what they've done in the past. Paid people to attend. That's the completion, and I get separated out, not accepting what's offered. It's probably a younger person too.
Mm-hmm. They paid your cups, so they worry about. But I get that some sort of security with that Nine of Pentacles again. I wonder if the security works for him or the venue, and somehow or another, someone is stiffed on the payment. Something about money that's not being paid too, but still, there's going to be a security problem. Somebody might stand up and shout and scream and protest and get escorted out.
They probably won't have enough security since he's not paying.
Yeah.
Let's look at Jeffrey Berman. That was breaking news tonight. He's a prosecutor from the Southern District of New York. Barr tweeted that he had resigned, and he released a statement saying that he is refusing to go. He's pulling a Preet Bharara. He's refusing to go until there's a presidential nomination for a replacement that is Senate approved. He's the prosecutor who was investigating Trump org. So now Barr's trying to get rid of him before we find out if they're going to get the taxes and all that from the Supreme Court. Barr doing his dirty work again. So Jeffrey Berman, is he going to get to stay there for a little while, or are they escorting him out? Doing this, hoping to hide it, I guess, while the rally's going on this weekend. They thought they could sneak this one by. Like, they better be picking up the phone and calling people and telling them you're fired. Cowards. There's so many cowards in this administration.
as I pick up the 7 of Swords.
The sneaky coward.
Sneaking away.
He's hanging on right now.
I think there's something else still in the works. There's no, I don't get a yes or no. I don't think there's a yes or no to give me, but I got the 7 of Swords and then the Knight of Pentacles. So there is a, like you said, a sneaking, trying to take his job away while nobody's looking type of deal. But I get the Empress and the 10 of Cups. Now there is renewed interest, renewed support for this. There's a sort of harmony about it. Like the King of Swords here is still trying with the 7 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands. He has a plan in place. This is part of a larger scheme, so he's just like collateral damage. But it ends in the Moon, so I don't get a yes or no. I get that there's something else happening still. So I think Barr is still trying to work up some other kind of plan. So he's still trying, but just as of right now, he's safe-ish.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's so safe. Either he's going or Barr's going. I'll show you what I got, because he's hanging on right now. You know, this was the new inspiration. Somebody got emotional. The truth is already out, you know, because Berman has already said, I'm not going, you know, thank you, Phyllis. I'm not going until they, you know, have a replacement. So there's a lot of questions being asked. But then I've got Barr. I've got, you know, bringing an ending, the devil doing his work, and, you know, this is my pack your bags, you're going card. Now, what it's going to stir up, though, I get it's going to, you know, stir up America, and there's going to be some whistleblowers on this, and I get Nancy's going to be doing some investigations on this. Maybe that's the next question. Are they going to use this against Barr? Are they going to try and take an action against Barr, like impeach him? If they could get rid of Barr,
yeah, that's his line of defense right now.
Yeah, that would be end game.
I just don't think he's going anywhere either, unless Trump does.
We got all the petty books coming out.
I got one question about that too.
Okay. What's this mean for Barr? Burden card just fell out.
Yeah, if you can get rid of the Fool, then yes. But I think that with the Page of Swords, the Inside Man, and the Hierophant, he protects more than just Trump. And he may find that he has a lot more support elsewhere than just Trump because of all the bags that he holds with the collaborations with the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. I think he is right now safe because there's some Senate Republicans that he also helps.
Yeah, because he's the supporter, you know, for Trump, and he's got strength on his side. But I get they're working on it behind the scenes, that they're trying to figure out, you know, because this was surprising news, and it was premeditated. Sounds like a murder. It's not a murder. It's just, you know, trying to fire somebody. It's going to bring a change for Barr, though, and it's giving birth to something new in his circle of support. So, and again, another change card. a karmic change. Wow, and I get that 4 swords, the transition card, and the devil. This might be something that does come down on Barr more. And again, I get the America is getting emotional, a whistleblower about something, and Nancy. I'm going to flat out ask, is there going to be a whistleblower on William Barr? Oh, my niece T-Barb's in the room. She calls me Auntie Jen now. Oh, that's right. Berman's the one that arrested Mr. Epps. Another reason that Barr might need him out of the way.
Looking in too many closets.
Mm-hmm. Or jail cells. There's a fight going on behind the scenes, so that could be why there's going to be a whistleblower. I'm getting my yes card on the whistleblower.
I guess something is offered up, but I don't see it done like in public to where we immediately find out about this. I get support here, and then I get the 5 of Swords. Like there is somebody. I almost want to say that someone runs to someone who's on Barr's side. Like they tell it to someone who then tells it to Barr. Like they run to the wrong person, but not that they don't run to multiple people, but one of those people is in cahoots with the Emperor and the Knight of Cups with the male Barr. Like the 4 of Cups is telling me he went and told somebody, but it didn't go anywhere. But with most whistleblowers, they go to multiple outlets because it needs to spread fast. But this one, I feel as though there's a spy in the camp. Yeah. So yes, there will be somebody.
Yeah, I get somebody that sees all the little details, and there's that time's up card again. It's someone that supports Barr, and it's a surprising source. But I've got that strengths card again, so like Barr might try to crack down on him. But I get my sun card, my yes card, puts Barr in defense. Something about steady money and something that he's done in the past. It burdens him. But I don't see him going because of it. I think this whistleblower is going to leak it out somehow to the press or something, or to the House or something, because it also involves Trump, and it might be one of the things that separates him from his seat. Things they've done through the courts, rushing in, trying to stop things. Okay, well, Mike Pence cannot say Black Lives Matter. Every time the press asks him, he says all lives matter. Why can Mike Pence not say Black Lives Matter, or any of the Republicans for that matter? Even in one of the House committee meetings the other day, none of the Republicans could say Black Lives Matter when Eric Swalwell, or however you say his name, challenged them. Not one.
It's not part of the message, like wearing masks in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a Republican message. There's the devil and the 10 of Pentacles. Something from those involved. And it's interesting. The most vulnerable among us, children, are depicted in this devil card instead of the people who are attached to addiction. Like usually you'll have a man and a woman attached to the devil.
Yeah,
this one seems to be reaching out to him. So yeah, they have some sort of, we need to stay on message. They're all weak-willed, and they have no backbone, no soul, no whatever you want to call it. They're basically looking for their own answers. They don't have their own mind. They need to be taken care of. And so you have that Republican legacy, and then that's what it is. And then at the beginning, I had stress and strain and the hangman. So change in perspective and basically staying on message. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. One is more superior than the other, and like way down. So there's a queen in the middle of here, but
yeah, I got Page of Cups and King of Cups. It's interesting because in that committee meeting, Matt Gaetz, was called out. I can't think of the representative's name. He said if you had a black child, you would say Black Lives Matter, and he said, I apparently care more about your child than you do. So, yeah, it's definitely an emotional thing with them. I've got on the bottom, they're doing the king's bidding here, and here's the king. So that's Trump. They're doing his bidding. It's the message of the White House. It's bringing out it's bringing a change, though, because a lot of people are seeing they're getting too much attention for not being able to say that.
That part.
They realize their message is not reaching America. Nobody wants to hear their message anymore. Well, speaking of Matt Gaetz, he adopted a Cuban boy at 12 years old 6 years ago. So he's like 18 now. It was his girlfriend at the time's brother. His mother had died of breast cancer. And it's like, okay, well, why isn't he with his sister? Matt Gaetz's former girlfriend. He's a bachelor, but he has like 8 DUIs. So how did he get to adopt this kid?
Meanwhile, normal people got to have 1,400 house visits to get one child.
Yeah. But how did he pull this off? Bribe a judge? What do you do? And how he stays out of jail with 8 DUIs. The guy's an alcoholic.
And the dangerous one. Because the D is what, driving?
Yeah, driving under the influence. Oh, thank you, Deb. I missed the super chat.
Is there's so this child was
living in Cuba?
because I feel like it was just like a simple like stroke of the pen, like he just lives there or something of the nature. Like here's the Five of Swords. Like he's in a more advantage. He's in a better position than anybody else for whatever reason. Because I get the kid right on top of that. So I don't get like outside people. I get like this was just set up this way. Like this is just kind of where he lives now. Because the Three of Swords. Because I don't get anything legal. The Three of Swords is in the inn, like some sort of. You said somebody died, though.
His mother died. Matt Gaetz was dating his sister at the time, and they've since broken up, but he still has the kid.
Yeah, I think it's that's just who he spent time with. They left him there.
I mean, I do get the Hierophant, so I think courts were involved. That's on the bottom because I get he worked with somebody on this, but there's a little dark money involved. After the loss of the mother here, he retained custody of this kid, and I've got judgment here. So he knows how to do underhanded things through the courts is what I'm getting. After the change with the situation with the mother, he offers help. It is almost like he's stuck with him though. Like he's stuck with the kid. Like there's a lie going on with this. There's more to it. Wow. So Kentucky had a whole bunch of protesters at the state capitol because they had 900,000 unemployed over the last few months, and 10% of those are not getting their unemployment benefits. I'm not sure what the question is. It's got to reflect kind of bad, I would think, on like Mitch McConnell and people like that. They have over 116,000 that they're behind on getting any benefits to.
All that Russian money coming in, and now nobody has a job.
Nope. 116,000 can't even get the unemployment.
We'll do a general read, see what comes up.
People were going to register, like having to go like 3 or 4 times and standing in line all day before they got registered. The few that, those that did get it.
It starts 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands. So there is they have a Democratic Kentucky governor, right?
Uh-huh.
There is some stress and strain that is going to be put on him and those in charge, more so than, of course, Mitch. Mitch is the representative, senator. But other than that, I see it falling a lot on his lap, on the governor's lap. There will be some sort of solution way down the line, but it is minimized here with the 6 of Cups.
Yeah, I got that.
It's going to take a long time. Yeah, it's going to take a long because the strength meets the Tower. So this is unfortunately going to get a little worse before they come up with some sort of plan or solution. Oddly enough, this is probably why it lies on the governor so hard. Is they weren't prepared for this. Even with the stock market going the way it was, and then when the bug hit, like you could see what was coming. Well, you should have been able to see what was coming. There will be a change, but again, it's going to take a while with the 9 of Wands. And then the Judgment card. Again, something from the past does come up, but it is sort of minimized. So it's going to be a small solution, very small solutions going forward, though.
I feel like I've got the abandoning unfinished work here on the bottom. I feel like they hoped a lot of people would just walk away, and then when the virus, when they start opening back up, that people get back to work and they wouldn't have to worry about the back money they owed. I'm actually getting, after the people that have lost their jobs, some of them may have to go to court to get it, or come together in some sort of legal action to bring change. They're going to have to collaborate together somehow. I do get the yes card that they're going to get it, but they're going to get less than what they thought. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna take some kind of action, moving into action together to get it. Yeah, Justice card. It's going to take something legal. It sounds like they haven't gotten enough funds from the federal government, because they've got workers there, working to process stuff. So we got Kim Jong-un's sister, blowing up an $8 million building that South Korea paid for, and doing all these threats against South Korea. So is she Chief Cheese in charge now? Because who's gone?
Who's in charge?
Who's in charge of North Korea?
Who's the youngest?
She's younger than her brother.
I get whoever's the youngest is in charge. But it's a new thing. So let's say, for instance, even if he is still in charge, he's not in charge. Like, he would be the figurehead, she would be the muscle. So even if he's still on paper, she has the reins, because there's some sort of new opportunity and a new way of doing things and seeing things. So even if he's still on paper, he's not the one in charge. Like, I don't get him as in charge.
Yep. I get the woman has the strength. Yeah, she's younger. She was born in 87. He was born in 84. It's hard to believe he's only like 36 years old.
In the 80s, really?
Yeah. He looks older than that, doesn't he? Like, looks like he's at least in his 40s.
Oh, it's all that high fructose corn syrup. That's all right.
So let's ask where he is one more time. Where's older brother? What's going on? Yeah, when his father died, it took him 90 days to come out to admit that his father had died. So, getting the truth out of that country is like trying to get the truth out of Trump. Yeah, she sits on the throne. Where is he, Johnny?
I'll call it, I never got he was on the other side. I'll just say he is, even though that's what this card says to me, like he's being cultivated at the moment, as in planted, but I'll say he's in recovery. But yeah, he's not upright. I'll say that.
He's not upright. Here he is. He's climbing to higher ground, meaning he's going to the other side. He's climbing, towards heaven, if you want to put it that way. He's laid out.
Oh,
he's laid out. He's in the past here, the grief card, I know coming. He is with someone on the other side, I'll say mother. on the other side because I get a female card with that. So he has transitioned. And they're trying to create, confusion around it and this game. He's no longer. So my funny question for the night: does Trump believe in God? Waving his upside down Bible around, or does Trump think I could have, created the earth in 3 days? Only I can do it.
He believes in dog, not God.
Yeah. He believes in Don.
Let's see.
Does he believe in a higher power or God or whatever you want to call it?
He believes there's the judgment. So this would be the other side. And then there's the three of swords. So there's a separation from the other side. And then there's the three of pentacles. He collaborates with those who can do something for him tangibly. So when he went to, where was it, Saudi Arabia, and he stood around a big glowing orb in the middle of the room, like he believes in those guys. He needs something. He's a visual person. He needs something direct.
It's funny you say that because here's the little orb. He needs something material. He needs something tangible that he can touch.
I'm gonna look at the room and see what it says.
This is the way he's always been. He's happy and content that way, and he's he talks only to something that's tangible to him. He's smug that way.
And this is this would be heritage and slavery prejudice, something to do with the past and something that runs deep. But this is blocking, obstacles. And then this is setbacks. And there used to be a time where you can get him to believe it, but the rest of the world set in. And so he decided he liked money more than he liked anything else. And glowing orbs in the middle of Saudi Arabia. So maybe when he was a kid and was brainwashed, like most kids are, that this is what you believe only, then maybe. But after that, no.
I feel like his mother tried to persuade him somehow, but he changed like his father. His father energy is much stronger.
Mm-hmm.
The influence is more from his dad. So I would say his dad probably also did not believe. Agnostic or whatever you want to call it. Not sure atheist, but agnostic.
It's interesting that the 10 of Cups only shows the father and son. It doesn't show the whole family. So he was skewed from it. This is more important.
Apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
See, you had a political question too, and then I know you've got some celebrity questions.
Yes, there is. Okay, so according to the book by John Bolton, almost called him Tom.
He got it right. I'm going to faint and pass out.
By Tom Bolton. Donald Trump called Haley, what's her name? Haley, what's the Nikki Haley. He called her derogatory name. This is according to the book. It rhymes with stunt. I'll say. So what was because everybody kept saying that they liked each other. So why would that come about? Why would he see her if it's even true, why would he call her such names or see her in a negative light? Was he turned down?
What did Nikki do?
Yeah. Because this is the lady who was steaming his pants, was it not?
Yeah.
So she's waiting on you hand and foot. Why are you mean to her? If it's even true.
And he's the one that left and came back, right?
Mm-hmm.
glutton for punishment. I got sort of truth on the bottom, so I'd say that's a true story from John Bolton. You got me the other night saying Michael Bolton.
I've seen that.
It's like, dang it.
Okay, so what I get is strange. I get he was under the influence of something at the time. I get the Emperor. So the Emperor in my deck is never really a fatherly figure of some sort. He's always a person sort of drunk on power. The King of Wands is where I get my sort of fatherly figure from. And then there's the Magician. The Magician said to me, the Magician technically is not what it said. Which is why I tell people, don't let nobody tell you how to read your own cards. But, sometimes you do need to stick to a base meaning so that you're not completely off. But the Magician is a trickster sometimes. But in particular instance, it is self-inflicted. It's not like the devil to where he had to be coaxed into something. This is something he was going to do anyway. But the Five of Pentacles in the Moon is telling me he was coming down off of something, which means he was high in the first place. And so I think with that off balance in the Hermit, that he was in a place in his head that his drugs took him to. So I think he was on something. Like, I really do.
I agree. I've got the devil here, and he was bullying her because he was, his addiction issue. So he said something, she was being logical and forthright, and I feel like it's over one of his legal cases. I do get that they kissed and made up, so to speak. They, fixed the situation, but he definitely, this has happened before. It's going to happen again. He also does it to his family and other people all the time. He's erratic. Yeah. So again, that addiction makes him erratic. He goes snort up and call people horrible names, only for entertainment purposes only.
Sure. Well, speaking of erratic, Facebook took down one of his ads and said that it's violated the organized hate policy that they have. So will there be more pushback from social media, and how does he feel about this now?
They also took off a right-wing journalist from the UK who, off of Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, they took down all of her accounts too because she was spreading hate stuff.
Cool.
So they took Trump's ads off. Are they going to do more?
They're tired of bad publicity now? Which is interesting because you're a publicly traded company. You would think they'd have wanted their image to be stellar in the first place.
Yeah. If Biden posted a video like that, he would have been blocked immediately because he's not the president yet.
Yeah, there is, I think there's some fallout from the Nancy Pelosi thing. They had some ads on there because she pops up in here that showed her in a negative light and showed her like slurring words, and they made up a whole thing that they edited videos to make it look like she didn't know what she was doing and all this. And there was a lot of fallback because Facebook said they wouldn't take it down. Because I get that and clarified it with that 10 of Wands. And so that's some fallback from that. But I do get that there will be some, I don't want to call it advantage because this is what they should do. They should take down garbage that isn't true. And so they're going to be doing that. And yes, it is going to elicit some new feelings from the crybaby in chief. And so, yeah, he's going to be a lot more angry. And yes, they are going to do a lot more of it.
Yeah, I get they're mulling it over, like who else, because their supporters moved into action. So I'll say that's, either emailing Facebook or whatever, contacting them, or dropping their accounts. Um, and, it's divisive. It's also, irrational and wishful thinking. So Facebook's trying to show some strength here, but it's kind of like they're weighing the odds of who else they should take down, and they're looking at their money, like where their money comes from, before they decide who else needs to get blocked and what else needs to get blocked. I think Trump's going to have to walk away from a lot with Facebook in a surprising way. Like, he's going to have to drop off a lot of his ads off Facebook. Thank you, JR. Dave Roches.
So now here are the gross people. Now, well, we'll start with we'll start with him. So I did a reading the other day about a man named Mike Gundy, but it was more along the lines of something else. But anyway, he is the head coach of OSU, Oklahoma State University. And he had a OAN shirt on, which is the One America News Network. And one of the black players, star players, so he had a little pull. At least he had a voice that somebody would listen to, because he's making money for the school. He said that shirt is offensive because they spread propaganda, blah, blah, blah. And the coach said, absolutely right, I'll take it off and we'll have a talk about it in the whole bit. Like, he was trying to be, forthcoming with the whole, I will acquiesce with your demand. And so then all these other players started coming out of the woodwork and said, yeah, when I went to school there, he called me the N-word. Shannon Sharp was one of them. Shannon Sharp, he went on to the NFL, but a lot of people are saying that this coach was verbally and racially abusive to them while they were students. And so, again, I'm trying to be fair in saying that all Trump supporters are not racist, and all Fox News viewers are not racist, and all One America News Network are not racist. But every time a racist person comes to the forefront, they seem to have those things in common. So yeah. Racist adjacent is what I called it, at least. And so I'm going to go out and say, yes, he would be racist. But I want to know what's going to happen with him now.
Okay.
That all these people are coming out and saying...
the Trump have a little investment in OAN, financial investment, as well as, Russia. So
as the devil falls out.
Yeah. So, it's like trying to create a state-run media, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So
and that guy loved
Trump again?
Mike Gundy.
Gundy.
Because he's the one who said that One American News Network does not say opinions. They only report the news. No left, no right, just the news. So he's already drank the Kool-Aid. So he's far gone.
I reported one of their videos OAN had on YouTube for being misinformation.
Mm-hmm. They need to be, because I was watching Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astrophysicist, and he was doing a video on flat earther and flat earth, which nobody who went to school and paid attention believes. But right under his video is a fact check thing. And so just in case you want to hear the other side, or if you want more information on flat earth, there's a Wikipedia page for it. So they're like trying to label all these people who say things that could be construed as fact or fiction with some sort of footnote.
Yeah, I think he's got something else in common with Trump. Besides being a racist. I got the legacy card on the bottom. I'm getting stuff with women.
That's what that was then. That's the fear. Is that 2 of Cups.
So let's add to the racist thing that he's also going to have some sexual misconduct added in.
I think he has to go away too. There's a payout, it seems, though. Like there somehow or another he's still going to get paid for something. But I think he has to go away. That 8 of Pentacles. But yeah, there is something else, some sort of
he's unbalanced.
Yeah. I don't want to say, well, you know what, because all the rest of the readings that I have left are just like this. There's some sort of advantage he used his power and position for. And he manipulated some people, I'll say it that way.
Yeah,
some women.
This is something that came up from his past. I'm going to say while he was drinking. I think he's got a drinking issue, and there's a new inspiration that's coming out from the past, and women and the lovers that are feeling a loss here. So judgment's going to be on him. So yeah, I think he's going to have to go, and sort of truth's going to be on him. So somebody's going to be able to back up the story. There's going to be a whistleblower on him. The women are circling together. They're supporting each other, so it's more than one.
Well, speaking of more than one, there's a comedian by the name of Chris D'Elia. I guess is how you spell his name. It's D''Elia. So he is usually when a comedian does something, and like Louis C.K. or somebody like that who gets called out by the Me Too, everybody's shocked and awed, but you still have a section of, like Bill Cosby, he even still has a section of people who still support him, do or die. This guy, total opposite. Nobody's supporting him, none of the comedians, none of that, but he apparently had a show or shows over his career where people would send him Instagram messages about, oh, I really enjoyed your show. And if they were a young girl, he would message them back and say, hey, let's hang out, type of thing. And so he is now being accused of sexual misconduct with teenagers, well, like 16 to 17, 18 years old. Well, 18 is an adult, but the 16 and 17, they got screenshots of messages back and forth between him and them. And then he made these videos a long time ago about how people shouldn't jump to conclusions, and you should not even care that these people are in the news for sexual misconduct because you don't know all the story. And he was trying to basically preach back then, it's not a big deal. So now
it sounds like that senator or that guy running for the Senate down in Alabama that was going around to the malls picking up young girls. What's his name?
Oh God, what is that man's name?
He lost.
Jones, wasn't it? No, Jones was the other guy. Anywho,
yeah. So
this guy, is his career over now because he hadn't made any more statements since they started accusing him.
Y'all help us out. What's the guy's name in Alabama that lost? Roy Moore. Thank you, Nancy. That's going to drive me crazy.
Mm-hmm. And this Chris D'Elia, he has some sort of podcast and YouTube show, and he's a comedian, so you know. But he's high enough to where he's been in a couple of things. I seen his stand-up one time, long time ago, and no. I didn't find it in the slightest bit funny. It wasn't like offensive, not funny, but it just wasn't funny. It wasn't for me, I guess. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
His work will be diminished with the 8 of Pentacles and all the way to the Ace of Swords there. But there is going to be some lie low and wait, try to wait it out type of thing. The people, every time they see him, they will bring it up with that 2 of Swords and 2 of Cups. But he's going to lie low until it's not, at the very least, a huge story.
Yeah, he's trying to be strong, but he's going through a rough transition right now. And yeah, he's trying to stand on higher ground, but I got the devil there. Something is moving forward with him, involving younger people. It looks to me like there might also be some alcohol involved with that, some things that were out of balance and unfair. And I've got that card of separation, you know, that like he gets cut. I got another question on Gundy. I have to go back to him for a second. Because seeing the stuff about women coming out, are they going to try to make it about women because that's more palatable than to call him a racist, which is what he is?
Let's see.
That's sticking in my head. I can't let it go. It's like, okay, it's more acceptable to fire somebody because he molested women than because he's a racist. Is that the strategy?
Well, first card is Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. That's the trying to woo, charm, romance. If I get the Devil, it was more than just that. 3 of Cups. There are some drinking celebrations. 8 of Cups. Yeah. Yes. Because it ends with the completion in the world. But I didn't get anything. I didn't get my 5 of Pentacles or my Devil, which can be construed as racism. I got you got it. What I got is
I'll loan you a devil.
I got a bunch of cups and drinking cards. Like it's
Yeah, again, it's a rough transition here, and I feel like it's for legal reasons that they think it's better, that they stand on higher grounds legally if they use the women that he worked with. As if it's something that he did for a long time. So I feel like they shifted it, the devil there. That's what they move forward with, is the thing about women. This racism, though, has been going on for a long time. Mr. Gundy.
Now, the other guy I had was named Danny Masterson. He apparently was on the show, That 70s Show, with Ashton Kutcher and them. I've never seen it, though. But he was arrested and got out of jail on $3.3 million bond. Like, that's a whole lot of money to hold somebody. But his cases go back from 2001 to 2003. And there was 3 different girls that say he forcibly raped them.
Wow.
And so what's going to happen with that case? He says it's not true.
What's his name again?
Danny Masterson.
Masterson. Think he's been...
And he's apparently a Scientologist, too. They just threw that in there because Leah Remini is now coming out saying this is just the beginning of Scientology. Like, this is apparently, I guess he may be backed by the church, a reason why he was never arrested or something of that nature. But
sometime we should do a deep dive on Scientology because there's a lot of Kool-Aid drinking there. Cultish.
Leah Remini did an interview on it from, I think she was on Stephen Colbert. And she gave a lot of really, I've never known anything about it until I start listening to her. And when she was saying that there's levels to it and you pay money to get to the next level and you have to cleanse the beans from your body, I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, she had a whole TV show on it too, getting out of it. Okay, I've forgotten this guy's name again. What's his name?
Danny Masterson.
Masterson. He's got some anxiety going on. Mm-hmm. Sleepless nights.
He definitely lawyered up, that's for sure. Too.
You might be making some license plates here for too long.
I get 3 women right off the bat. The Queen of Wands, Empress, Queen of Pentacles. He's retreating from it. I guess, because his lawyers tell him, lay low, don't say anything type of thing. There will be a financial something. This is probably just between him and his lawyers, because here I get the 7 of Swords, so there's some sort of strategy meeting there. So he's going to have a team, but I get the 6 of Swords. So he's going somewhere, and it's going to take time, though, with that 4 of Pentacles, because this is some tightly held something. But I think he's going to jail.
I think he's going to jail, and I'm almost feeling like there's a kid in this, like somebody might have got pregnant. Because he's trying to put on the image, the best image, but there's something new that's getting ready to happen. Did these happen in his home? Because I feel like it, like it happened in his home. But they're banding together. These women are bonding together, and I feel like there's a child involved. And I get my jail card and making license plates. There's something else secret that's getting ready to come out about it. He's not going to like that. But this is his legacy. So there's more than the 3 we know about.
Yeah,
it's like something that he's not going to be good for him.
Now, I had one more. Well, you know what? We'll save those for Sunday. I wanted to stay. We'll stay on the top. Well, this is not the same kind of topic, but it's in the neighborhood. We did a reading on. Oh, what was his name? I got it. Wait a minute. Pause for the calls. Diego the Tortoise, long time ago, who saved the species because he made it with like 900 million turtles, right?
Right.
So he's retired. They retired him to an uninhabited island, so he's off by himself. What I want to know is, does he miss his old surroundings? Is what I want to know.
And all the women that he helped reinvigorate his breed.
He saved his species.
For new subscribers that don't know this story, Diego was taken from the San Diego Zoo to the Galapagos Islands, wasn't it? To breed because his species was about to become extinct. They took like 14 males, and they discovered that like 2,500 of the new turtles that were spawned all came from Diego. So the other 14 males did nothing. But Diego, who was like 100 years old, had a real good time down there.
And they say he is finally retired to an uninhabited island.
I hope they gave him a little friend, not all alone.
Yes, I want to know, does he miss his old surroundings?
They just keep moving this old guy around. It's like, dang. He's got a collaboration going on. I get he's still working at what he works at.
He's a hard worker.
He's a hard worker. He hadn't given that up. If he can find somebody to cooperate with him, he's still romancing. There's going to be some more offspring. Look here, new beginnings and more children. He's got a little addiction issue.
just a tad.
He's got a little sexual addiction. Little Diego.
His strength comes from hard work. He may have a back problem at the end of it. I mean, more than just the shell. But yes, there's his strength issue. And at the time, he was fighting them off, but not really. But yes, the future is still open. There with the moon card, and it ends with my nature card. So they can live for a very long time. So he's not done.
He's not done.
No.
He's probably going to overpopulate us before it's done.
Oh Lord, that's all I had.
That's all I had to do. Unless anybody in the group has a question. No personal readings, guys.
There was one that came in the super chat. I see. I don't know
a question in the
what is VOA? I don't know what VOA is. Though.
Like Veterans Administration or something. For Boogaloo, Lucy was sitting on the table when we started, and Artie was right here on my side. So they are now piled up on the sofa sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Although Artie's ears perked up when he heard me say his name.
What is Voice of America?
Oh, Voice of America. Overseas radio.
And then what's the question?
Bannon took it over.
What is it?
It's a radio station overseas. A radio show, I'm assuming, or is it a show or a station, guys? Nonpartisan news. Management fired. So he's getting into radio broadcasting. Next, he'll probably buy Fox News.
It's a radio station. So what's the question, though?
Oh, it's USA based. Global. Former Dreamer, that was one of the first questions we did on here, so you'll have to go back later and watch that about Berman, Jeffrey Berman. Oh, is it going to be corrupted now?
Well, if Bannon took it over, yeah.
Used to represent all of America, so now it's going to become like Breitbart.
I mean, it's not going to be, brownie recipes. It's going to be Breitbart on radio.
I'm going to look and see if they're going to lose business.
No. It would be corrupted and lose business.
Yep. It's like moving to higher ground, new image, new funds behind it, shifting things. Their challenge is going to be women. They're going to lose women. But their new image, treacherous lies, deceits, celebrity status. So, you know, it's not going to be actual news. It's going to be gossip. Strength with that. And yeah, it's changing. Fortune's changing. They still get their money, though. They still got their viewers, but it's manipulated now. Manipulated news.
Who used to own it? Or I get two women, and two women are involved in the financial part. But in the beginning, yes, I get every card that could possibly say liar, with the exception of the devil. I got them all. The Five of Swords, there's your bully card. The Moon, there's something hidden, unknown, treacherous. Seven of Swords, sneaking away. The Magician, that's the trickery one. It ends in the Queen of Wands, which I put back in the deck and pulled another card and still got another person. So there's an inside woman. Some woman is financially backing something, or maybe their star on the network or whatever it is. But there's a woman here with some money, and she's involved.
Wonder if Rebecca Mercer, you know, because Bannon was involved with Rebecca Mercer and Cambridge Analytica and all that. So I wonder if she's getting involved in this.
There's a woman with a lot of money involved.
Unless they come up with some more questions, we're moving on to food talk.
I got some, first off, I got, so through this door is the rest of the house, right?
Uh-huh.
And so all of this is stopped up and stuffed up. And then I had a cough, and then I'm like, oh God, not cold, right? Somebody, anyway, I won't go into all that because that's going to start a cussing storm. So I ain't going anywhere. But I like poured orange juice, right? And then drank it like on the way here through this door, like drank it all. And went back and got some more, poured it again, sat down, drank it all. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? Just bring the whole darn thing. So nobody in the house gets orange juice right now. I just brought the whole thing with me. And so I've been doing that all day. And I made my cornbread, Becca. They got corn in it, though. That part I didn't care for so much.
Yeah, everybody's asking about Barr and Berman. That was one of the first things we read on, guys. That was at the top of my list.
I made my beans with my
I was like, you should have taken your beans to, well, you had them on the beach. You should have built a little fire and cooked your beans right there. I was so sad I missed your second beach video.
That was spontaneous because that was just me going to the store for the purpose of the beans. And then I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call myself I was trying to make it like a surprise, right? Like I'm going to just take this street instead of that street. Went all the way down there, and then the first thing somebody says is, "Are you at the beach?" And I'm like, "Okay, let me show you." Yes.
That's what you do. You go buy beans and you walk your beans to the beach.
Meanwhile, I bought this like little cheese dip from there too. And the first thing I did when I left the store was drop my whole bag on the ground. And it's a backpack, so I can't see in it. So I just figured I just dropped it. But something told me, because we're psychic, it said, hey, you just broke that. And I got all the way home after I went to the beach, mind you. It's been sitting there for a minute. I got all the way home, and it's like cheese sauce all over the backpack.
Oh, man.
So that was fun.
Turn it inside out and hose it off. Well, I was teasing off camera, guys, because I was texting Johnie later. He's down in Panama Beach, and my aunt and uncle used to own a cabin on Panama City Bay. So we used to go down there when I was a kid, like for 2 weeks every summer. It was like, that's where we vacationed. So I told Johnie, I said, that ocean that's washing up on the shore, that's got all my pee in it as a kid. Washing up on the shore. And then the next thing I knew is I was watching the video. Johnny said he got some water in his shoe. And I said, I just peed on Johnny.
It's like, I am not going in that water. There's animals in there. Mm-mm.
That's the nature of our text, guys. Low and stupid humor.
Oh yeah, I took my wizard staff to the beach. I was walking around the store with it, and everybody's looking like, "Where are you going with this?"
Staff. You needed the big hat on too.
Mm-mm.
Wear a robe, take your wizard staff, see if anybody comes within 20 feet of you.
But I went to the store today and got kettle pop. No, I didn't get it. Son of a mother. Because I remember you telling me about the kettle popcorn. It had like a little sweetness to it. I'm like, okay, let me see what this is. Because every time I hear the word kettle, all I think of is hard chips. And it's like, yeah, I ain't breaking my teeth on those chips. So
I'm addicted to Cousin Willie's is my brand.
I got caramel corn instead of kettle corn.
The caramel corn where you have to put the caramel on it.
It says it when you pop it, it comes caramel, but I've never seen such a thing. It's always been you pop it and then add it.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy. I got a craving. My craving, I've been craving it all week. So I finally went out last night to the store. I've been craving an ice cream float. And I don't drink sodas because they tend to give me kidney infections if I drink a lot of soda. But I picked up a little soda and got some ice cream and made an ice cream float last night. And I paid for it all morning. A little too rich.
That sounds good, though.
There's something about it in the summertime when it's hot.
You know, we sell at the store, we sell more ice cream during the winter here.
Do you?
During the summer.
Wow.
We sell more drinks, of course, during the summer, but we sell more ice cream during the winter time.
Well, when it's minus 20 here, I don't really crave ice cream. You have to put it in the freezer. Just leave it at the back door.
Oh, root beer float sounds good. I ain't had one since I was a kid, though. It's been that long. That or you put some Dr. Pepper in it, which got caffeine in it, so I can't fool with that now, but root beer float.
I love a iced coffee in the summertime, too.
That is one thing I can't do cold is coffee.
If you do a caramel macchiato and it has extra caramel in it.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to when I could drink caffeine, the little Starbucks ones that come made already on the shelf. I used to love those, and those got coffee in it. Root beer is bad for you. Everything is bad for you.
Yeah, I try to eat pretty healthy, like salads and stuff during the day. But oh my God, this morning I did a big fry up. I did hash browns with it's kind of like what do they call it in Italian? Frittatas. Only I don't flip it. I don't brown both sides, but I make hash browns, and then I put 2 eggs in there. I cook them till they're just kind of soft because I like my eggs a little bit runny. And then you put cheddar cheese all over the top and let it melt in. Oh my God, it was the biggest fry up. I love stuff like that. It's like a whole skillet full of crap just for me. My biggest weakness is mashed potatoes, and I make some mean mashed potatoes. I am like the queen of mashed potatoes.
I just had some too.
Yeah, how's your air fryer going?
I ain't fooling with that thing no more. I put some, I did put tater tots in there the other day, and I put them in there with the sole purpose of like breaking them apart anyway, and then I put like cheese and whipped cream and stuff like that on there. Not whipped cream, but sour cream. Mm-hmm. I can't make nothing in there. Like my brother I was talking to him about that disaster of a chicken I made, and he said, "Well, next time you should use like flour." I'm like, "I did that." Well, you should use. I did that too. Like everything you did, I did, and it still came out wrong. I said, it's just not for me. That's
I was cracking up when you said your black card was getting revoked because you can't fry chicken.
You are not allowed at the cookout no more.
You have to come visit and let a white girl teach you how to make fried chicken.
That would be worse, that you had to go learn how to make fried chicken from outside your people. But I can't do it. I've like everybody knows how to make it around me. There's people out there right now that know how to make. I can't.
But they don't make it for you and leave it for you so you can eat it.
They do it. They can do it perfectly fine. But I stood right there as he did everything. I did the exact same thing. I even put the exact same seasoning. The seasoning part wasn't bad. It's just when I put it in there, it said, "No, we don't work for you." So when you pull this out, it's gonna be dry as shoe leather, and we want you to eat it just like that. I said, "Okay, I see."
It drives me crazy when I watch somebody, like on a cooking show, do something, and I try to do it, and it just botches it up.
And I did that too. I looked at a YouTube video. It's this girl. The channel name is Divas Can Cook, and she used an air fryer and fried chicken, and it looked like you got it from Popeyes or something. I did mine. It looked like you dug it up out the ground. So
they call that, by the way, in China, beggar's chicken, where you cook it in the ground.
That was mine.
They roast it in the ground, a whole chicken, and they call it beggar's chicken.
And I bet it was still better than mine. That was horrible. I ain't doing nothing else in that thing.
Your birthday pie that I made, that cherry cream cheese pie, that lasted like 2.5 days, maybe 3. I could not leave it alone. It's like, oh my God, I'm eating the whole thing. I hadn't made one in years and couldn't stop eating it. I had it for breakfast. I had it for lunch. I had it for dinner.
I love a cheesecake. Like when I went to the Cheesecake Factory back in the day, like I think to myself, okay, I still got a light bill, and I still got an internet bill, still got a cell phone bill. If I pay all those, how much money I got left, and how many cheesecakes can I buy with this? It's like, because I want the turtle cheesecake, and then I want the plain cheesecake, and then I want the strawberry. It's like, oh my! I go to the grocery store now and get the one that's got like 5 different ones in there.
The sampler.
Oh my gosh!
When I moved to New York, I lived on Cheesecake. I think for the first 5 years I lived there because there were so many great Italian bakeries. I could not quit getting New York Cheesecake bakery. I walk around the corner and there's this jaw-dropping, fabulous, cheesecake. I think I gained, even though I was walking more and stuff, but moving to a city like that, and taking the subway and stuff, I gained probably 20 pounds when I first moved up there. It's all cheesecake.
Cheryl, have you tried a teaspoon of cooking oil rubbed onto the chicken before seasoning and tap the excess flour off in the fryer? I did all that. No, I didn't do that exactly like that. But I ain't trying it now either.
He's going to have to film a video of him trying to use the air fryer to show it so we can see what he's doing wrong. Yes, Becca, here's your boyfriend.
Oh, Lord.
The little menace, as you call him. Every time I get on the phone with Becca, Artie comes running like he knows I'm talking to her.
Who said they put lobster in their mashed potatoes? You know what, though? You can put anything in them, though.
Just about anything in mashed potatoes. But I'm kind of a purist. I like chives or something like that, or garlic I like a little in, but most of the time I'm a purist. It's
the best food. I can't eat it by itself, though.
Yeah.
I
don't like them whipped. I like them stiff and thick. I like to be able to make a mountain, like they did in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And I want to be able to make a mountain out of my mashed potatoes.
I like seeing the ones I just made. I left the skin on when I boiled them, and then I didn't mash them all the way till it was completely one consistency. I left some chunks in there too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fantastic.
If
And
potatoes any
I
way
think
you give them to me. I'll eat a potato. I don't care how it's cooked, baked, mashed, scallops, au gratin. I'm like Bubba Gump and Forrest Gump.
mhm.
Shrimp. I'm like that with mashed with any kind of potatoes.
See me, Thomas. I had the same one. I had some the red ones. I had some golden ones and some purple ones, and I left the skin on.
Yeah,
I do it every now and then though.
yeah. Those little creamer potatoes, the little small ones that they come in red, purple, or white. Um, I chop them in half. Yeah, wash them. I leave them with the skin on. Chop them in half. Toss them in olive oil with a little bit of salt and pepper and um, a little bit of garlic, and throw them in the oven at 400 degrees for like about 25 minutes or so. They get so crispy. I love them. And then I'll sprinkle like a little cheese on top. And
I did that too. I kind of messed them up a little bit. Um, so I had the three different colors. I had the gold and the red and the purple, and I put them in the olive oil. I tossed it, but I put some the jalapeno juice from the jalapenos I had in there and tossed that in there too, and then like sprinkled some throughout, just for whatever reason, I don't know why, and then put them in the oven and came out. Them suckers were so hot. I'm like, what? Like you can, like you ate whatever you was eating, and you can't eat four. You can maybe eat two, but like they were, it was uncomfortable hot. Like there's a certain spice that I do like, but when it's like pain and no flavor, then no, I can't do that.
Yep. I'm notorious for putting Tabasco sauce on my pizza. I like a margarita pizza. I don't like a lot of pepperoni and all that crap. This margarita or even a spinach pizza. But I love Tabasco on a pizza. But I do those potatoes a lot of times. Like I'll put them on one side of the pan, cook the potatoes for like 15 minutes, and then I'll throw garlic or broccoli or cauliflower or some veggies on the other side. So I call it one pan eating. It's like the whole meal in one pan.
Now, what in the world is margarita pizza? I've seen it on the menu, but it doesn't sound like something I want.
Just cheese and tomato.
Oh, okay.
No meat on it.
It was a man I was listening to. They were going back and forth about pizza. One, of course, he's kind of like me. Well, I'm from the country, so we want everything. Got meat. Got to have meat on everything.
Yeah.
But he was cheese and sauce. That's it. Because he said that's the flavor of pizza is cheese and sauce. You start putting all the other stuff on, it's basically an open face sandwich.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing, but with little cubed up tomatoes on it. You got your sauce, your pizza, your cheese, and then the tomatoes on top.
Now, when I get anything that's outside of meat, I get jalapeno and tomato. That's what I put on the pizza, like cheese, jalapeno, tomato. That's what I like on there. And then if you're going to put the meat, then put all the meats except fish. I don't know who puts fish on their pizza, but stop it immediately. Fish and pineapples, like that.
I can't wait for my tomatoes when they start coming in the summer. I start making a lot of tacos with fresh cilantro. I grow cilantro in the garden. I love that fresh out of the garden.
I was just talking about cilantro yesterday, day before, whatever day, because when I worked at the grocery store, we were talking about how half the world tastes soap and the other half tastes cilantro. Mm-hmm. I taste soap. Like when I try to eat cilantro, it tastes like dish soap to me or some sort of soap. So I don't ever eat it.
So when it's mixed in something, it still tastes like soap?
I can taste soap. Like stuff tastes soapy. And I had it raw before, and then I tasted the soap. Maybe that's what reason why I can pick it out now. But put it in anything, tastes like soap. Pepperoni and anchovies are hangover cure. Stop putting fish on your pizza. I ain't gonna tell you again.
Yep. the challenge with growing cilantro, Thomas, is getting the cilantro to grow at the same time as the tomatoes without it going to seed. So you have to keep picking the top off so it doesn't go to seed, or you're out of cilantro and the tomatoes start coming in.
I can't with the cilantro. Yes, no anchovies. Eggs on it. True Italian pizza has eggs on it. I don't believe you. Pineapple on pizza? No. Do not put fruit on your pizza.
It's Hawaiian pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
I've eaten all those, and I can't eat sausage anymore. It upsets my intestinal tract, so I kind of stay away from sausage and pepperoni and stuff like that.
How do I eat my salsa? I don't like salsa, really. I don't know why either. I like tomato sauce, but I don't really care for salsa. I don't know, it's runny and cold. If you heat it up and put it in something or on something, like a nacho or something like that, but I can't take a chip and dip it in salsa.
I prefer making like homemade nachos or something so that you've got the cheese on there and the salsa gets heated up too.
It's got to be warm. I can't do cold. I don't know.
It's got to have a lot of sour cream on it. That's another fetish of mine, sour cream. There's never enough sour cream on anything.
We have a tub of it in there. This is one of the staples of the house, like coffee creamer. Yeah. It's like, you've got to have this. And I would take the chips by Frito. Well, hell, Frito-Lay makes every chip in the world, seems like. They have a wavy barbecue, and I just sit with the whole tub in here, kind of like my big giant, like nobody else gets none. It's like I just sit in here and just eat it right out the thing. It's like,
you didn't like cabbage the other day. I have a hot cabbage dish where you cut the cabbage real fine, so it's almost like a coleslaw kind of width. But I saute it like pretty fast, and then at the last minute you throw a big old dollop of sour cream in. Oh my God, it is so good.
But is it crunchy?
No, it's going to be mushy, but it's not like boiled cabbage. It's more steamed.
Because I think I don't know, cabbage when you I don't know what they do with it or how they season it, but when they boil it in the big pot and put all what they put in it, I just don't like it. But I can eat it if you put it in like an egg roll or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm averse to it completely, but the way we traditionally make it,
it's practically 0 calories in just boiled cabbage. So like cabbage soup is a great thing to eat when you're trying to lose weight and stuff. But I eat a lot of cabbage. I have a weakness for cabbage.
Sauerkraut and Canadian bacon on the pizza. Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I use a lot of sourdough bread here because it's very humid here. So if I buy just a regular loaf of bread, it molds in just a few days. So I tend to eat a lot of sourdough. Now in the wintertime, I will bake my own bread. I like farmer's bread and all different kinds. I've got this old world bread cookbook, so I love making homemade bread.
Corned beef and cabbage. Isn't that a northeastern thing, though? Like everybody eats it out there?
It's an Irish thing. Reuben sandwiches, corned beef sandwiches.
I don't think I've ever had one. We were talking about the other day about the gyro sandwich or the gyro, however you want to say it. Mm-hmm. That is the only time I ever eaten. Was it lamb?
Mm-hmm.
It's not nasty, but it's not a flavor I want to eat every day. Like I can eat a turkey sandwich every day, but I can't eat a gyro every day. Like that flavor it's not something I come back to. It's something I had every now and then that's it. We had
a place where I used to live that used to make goat meat tacos that were really good. So for some reason, on the gyros, when they're rotisserieing the meat, It's a little dry sometimes, but on the tacos, it was like moisture. It wasn't as dry tasting.
It just has a, uh, this has a weird taste. It's not nasty though, but it's just mm, lamb taste.
I've eaten so many weird foods in my travels when I worked in retail and I was traveling all over the world, third world countries. A lot of times I've eaten some weird, crazy stuff that, sometimes I'd be like, don't even tell me what it is, because you had to eat something or starve, right? But I've had like fried jellyfish, and it's kind of delicious tasting, but it's actually really good. Fried in a tempura batter. I've had veggies I don't even know the names of it that have weird looks to them and stuff, and fruits and stuff that are beyond bizarre.
I don't want nothing out the water.
But I have to say, of all the food in the world, I love Vietnamese food. Absolutely love it.
Calamari octopus salad.
It's good.
Calamari and octopus salad.
I've eaten brains, sweetbreads, as they like to call them.
That sounds awful. Rattlesnake? No.
Well, yeah, I grew up with hunters, so I've had snake, squirrel, rabbit, bear, boar's meat, deer, of course. Yeah, and that was just growing up in Tennessee.
Yes, I know what calamari is. It's from the water. I don't eat them.
The water that all the little kids pee in when they go to the ocean. Now, I like anything seafood. I do have a little bit of an allergy to lobster. It puts a rash up my face, so I don't eat it, that often. But I will eat just about anything seafood.
Bison. Oh, they eat a lot of bison in Mississippi because we sold a lot of them. Know what to do with it, but we sold a lot of bison in Texas too. That grocery store sold a whole lot of stuff. They have rabbit, frog legs, beef tongue or cow tongue, and bison. People preferred the bison actually over the regular ground beef when I lived there.
My neighbor across the street, her husband, they're like in their late 60s, and he always wanted to work on like a bison ranch, and he is working for Ted Turner now out in Nebraska on a bison ranch, and she's got a freezer full of bison meat.
J-Cat lady, I worked at HEB. I missed that store. Cow tongue. Just can't.
Cow tongue and cow stomach tripe. That's probably the two things where I draw the line. Like, cannot do it.
It just looks horrible. And it's gray and ugh, I can't.
Beef liver, I don't like. I can do chicken livers, fried chicken livers. Those are good, breaded right.
Cow tongue burritos. No, ma'am.
I don't eat a lot of meat anymore. It's like, when I make my tacos in the summertime, that's usually I'll go weeks before I have meat.
See, I can do without it too. I think I mostly eat it on purpose. Like, I'll have a taste for something. I can do without it. It's not a craving. It's just like, oh, I could use a pastrami sandwich or whatever. And then I'll go get that. Or it's faster to make a sandwich than it is to cook all this other. Like to make red beans took an hour.
Yeah.
So I soaked them in the whole bit, but I can do without meat. Still like it though, so I ain't, but I can. Habanero is too hot for me. Anything above that, I can't do. Ghost pepper and the scorpion pepper, the tarantula pepper, and all these, I can't.
I could eat hot stuff when I was younger, but now that I'm older, it's like, yeah, I can barely handle it every now and then a jalapeno.
Haggis. Now, isn't that stomach?
Yeah, the Scottish
stomach or something.
I've had blood sausage over in England. Never had haggis.
What's in the haggis? Because isn't that sheep stomach and it's stuffed with something? Is it rice and meat? Serrano pepper isn't that bad. Everything goes in there?
You made Mexicans cry with my hot sauce. Now, the one thing Johnny and I have in common, I think we both have big sweet tooths. I can put some sweets away, and
I've been eating these.
If it's around, I'm going to eat on it, nibble on it, whatever, between readings. If I go into Walgreens to pick up something, I come out with like several bags of candy. And Halloween, oh my God. I hate Halloween because we have over 100 trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood usually. So I get like a whole bunch of candy. And if it like snows or something like it did last year, then the candy is just sitting there for me.
I used to buy it because there's kids around, but they don't actually go door to door anymore. We're not down in here. What they do is go to the businesses, and the businesses do like what they call trunk or treat. And so they'll do the out back of the car type of thing in the middle of the Walmart parking lot or whatever it is. So I used to buy it, and then of course it sat in here, but I only bought the candy I like to eat. Like I didn't buy the Tootsie Rolls and the Jawbreakers because I don't want that. But I'm like, I'm gonna get these Snickers and these Reese's Pieces though, and if y'all don't come by, that's okay.
I have a caramel weakness, so anything with caramel.
I love a pickle too. I got 2 jars of pickles in there now. One is like garlic and something, and the other one's like sweet maple something.
I wake up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m, and I'll be craving a pickle. And I discovered they're loaded with potassium. So like if you tend to get leg cramps and stuff like that, eat more pickles. They're loaded with potassium, just like bananas.
Yes, T-Bar. That's the way you get famous, is if you give out full-size candy bars, yes. We come into your house first, maybe twice.
I give out cat treats if you come dressed like a cat. Usually the little girls that dress up like cats have a cat at home. That's why they dress up like a cat. So I give out cat treats to the kitty owners. Yeah,
this coming Halloween is probably nothing. You can't go door to door definitely right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be different.
Mm-hmm. Change the world, that's for sure. Yeah, I love a pickle. I was drinking pickle juice the other day. I finally threw it away because I don't have any space after we went grocery shopping. I'm like, well, this is just in here because I kept drinking the juice, so throw it away.
For me, I could practically drink vinegar. I've never been a mayonnaise person. But mustard, vinegar, those kinds of condiments, love it.
I just bought 3. We got some hot links from Oklahoma on the way. And so I might have, I'll just say me, went a little crazy in the condiment aisle because I'm like, okay, this is going to be good on them. I got 3 different mustards. I got the regular yellow mustard. I got the brown mustard, and I got like a Dijon mustard, and then I got a barbecue sauce, and then I have like 2 ketchups. You would think I had 9 pigs coming to the house, but no. I overloaded. I don't care what you want on your hot link, but we got it. It's what you want. Everything but mayonnaise, because we don't eat mayonnaise here. Just Miracle Whip, which is salad dressing, technically. White wine jalapeno mustard. I've never heard of that, but that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Pickled eggs, I can't.
Deviled eggs, I love. Deviled eggs, I make mean deviled eggs too because I grow fresh dill. So I love deviled eggs.
Now, deviled egg I can do. Them pickled ones in that big jar and that pink water, I can't.
I just think about the movie Cool Hand Luke where what's his name? Paul Newman eats like 50 of those. Meal. Yeah, mayonnaise has eggs in it. I like eggs, but I'm not a mayonnaise. My sister was always a mayonnaise eater. Butter, like a stick of butter, she could practically, just chew on a stick of butter. It was always the mustard and vinegar.
I can't. Mayonnaise has a oily taste. But then again, I like sugar, so that's why I like Miracle Whip, because it's sweet, because it's salad dressing. I can't with that. I can't with the mayonnaise. There is something called Mayo Chup right now that they're selling by Kraft, which is mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together. And it comes in this weird orange yellow color. Can't do it.
Yeah, hot bacon slaw. I saw that like hot bacon salads or salads with hot bacon salad dressing. I love that. I'm not a big bacon person though. It's like I get in the mood for it every now and then. I rarely fix it at home.
We got some now. I was gonna put some in the beans, but that was really the extent of it. I can do without bacon. I love the smell.
Have you tried the maple bacon? When I do fix bacon, it's the maple bacon. I love that stuff because you get that sweetened.
I like all bacons. I've never had one I don't like the black peppered and the apple smoke wood and this and this. I like all those.
Yeah, if I do break down and buy bacon and start frying it, every cat comes out of the woodwork. Like, Mom's cooking bacon.
That's a heck of a smell, though. You cannot get away from it.
It just fills the whole house. They can be in the furthest room, up in the front of the house upstairs, and they smell me putting bacon on the stove.
Dates stuffed with chorizo, cream cheese, wrapped in bacon. Interesting.
I love those giant olives stuffed with blue cheese, and oh my God, they're really good in martinis. Soak them in there, but olives stuffed with blue cheese, love that.
I tried chorizo one time.
Share my secret, Jan. What's my secret?
I don't like it.
My favorite fantasy? Is that the secret you're talking about?
Jalapeno bacon, love that too.
See, my secret fantasy is to fill a bathtub with mashed potatoes and eat my way out of it.
I've never had a martini.
I don't drink that often, but I do like a vodka martini every now and then. I love red wine.
Anything I drink's got to be sweet.
Yeah, I'm the opposite on that. It's got to be dry. As dry as it gets. I like my mouth to pucker in.
I had
You like sweet drinks, but you like pickle juice.
I do.
Pickle juice is a little sour, a little dry.
It's never sour to me. Like I've never eaten a pickle and like had the little instance you have often here, and it's like a pucker up type of thing. Like I've never had that. Like I love the taste of it. See, I had the best one is they call it peach Bellini or Georgia peach in down south, but that's what I like. It has to be, but it's really a girly drink because it's not just sweet drink or sweet alcohol. It's also frosted. Like it's basically a slushy with alcohol in it, which is why I make it the house. If I ever wanted something like that, I get popsicles, blend it up, and then put like a hard lemonade over it. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Fuzzy navels or chocolate martinis are good. But I'm not like dessert wines or sweet wines. I can't do those. I have to have really dry wine. Like even a white wine, if I drink it, it's got to be like a Pinot Grigio or something really dry.
Yes, that's what it was a girl coming to the store buying just bags and bags of gummy bears. That's what she was gonna do. Soak them in vodka. Say okay.
I would think the alcohol would deteriorate the gummies after.
Ooh, that's what she said she's doing. Is soaking them in vodka, or they put them in the drinks. Or I don't know I don't know what they do. That's never.
When I was in college, my brother and I used to make homemade wine because we had grapevines behind the house, and we made homemade wine until one time the more like you put the sugar in, it bubbles, it works, the wine works, and the sugar is what turns to alcohol. So we were trying to make it a little stronger, a little more kick to it. We got too much sugar in it, and it blew up all over the utility room. Grape holes and sugar and everything. Biggest mess I've ever seen.
Mercy.
So, moral of the story: when you're making wine, don't get too much sugar in it because you'll explode it.
Oh my gosh.
The whole bottle broke. It's like poof, so the glass, like we came home and it was just everything was just dripping with grapes.
A crime scene. See, overdose on gummy bears.
Limitless margaritas. Yeah, Artie's still here. Lucy's passed out on the sofa.
Start your AA meeting. Go right ahead. There's nothing in here but orange juice, I swear.
Just water. Not even tea tonight. I need some tea.
Somebody sent me some tea. I need to make a video. I went to my P.O. box, and I got all kinds of teas that somebody sent me, but I don't know who. But thank you, whoever it was.
I keep getting emails about when I start coughing and stuff. When you talk for a living all day, I do readings all day long and then get on, at night, do a live stream or whatever, your voice gets dry. I actually have a throat spray here that moistens it, but that's why I'm always drinking water or tea to try to keep my voice going.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, talk, and the drier my voice gets, the more I cough.
And then, especially when like that information overload hits you and then you have to teach at the same time as read, like this is what this means and why, and then your voice gets louder. It's like, because now you're projecting in your teacher mode, and it's like first spirit sort of starts down here because it's relaying messages, and we kind of talk without knowing it sometimes, which is how we can go and do a reading and not know what we did at the end of it.
Yeah.
And then once something sort of triggers to you that you need to teach more of instead of just relaying message, then the voice goes up. And if you do that all day, you're going to cough and be tired at the end because it's a muscle too. It wants something.
In corporate America, it's like, I answered the phone and stuff, or I talked to coworkers when they, stopped by or whatever, but it wasn't constant talking. When you're doing a personal reading, it's constant talking. I go through so much tea much more than when I was working in corporate America, working from home now.
When I worked for the phone company, they would bring you water to you just because of that. Because it was a constant. Like soon as one person hung up, the next person was in. It was a constant for 8 whole hours, 2 hours at a time.
It's Artie with the T, Artie. It's not a medicine, Virginia. It's just a throat spray that I use. It. Well, of course, now I can't find it. Here somewhere behind my camera. It's a throat spray. You can get it at like Walgreens or anywhere. Just moistens the vocal cords. Singers use it all the time, when they're performing concerts night after night.
That's who I worked for, Terry. Same one. The year the iPhone came out, that's when I worked there. We had to go watch a video and go to a whole special class just for iPhone.
It's kind of nice to sit back from the laptop a little bit because I'm usually sitting within a foot and a half of it when I'm reading. And my voice is so much louder than Johnie. So when I'm sitting back, it probably sounds like I'm more balanced with the sound of your voice. I have a naturally loud voice. Yeah, I drink a lot of tea with honey in it.
That's what they sent me. Was some sort of... Wait. Let me go find
it. Commercial break. Artie moment. He's cuddly right now. He's like a big teddy bear. You guys would never believe this cat would not let me touch him for 2 years. Completely feral. Trap, neuter, release. He got friendly. Brought him inside. He has no desire to go outside like Lucy does. Oh, yeah. Artie, he's got to be touching me when I'm sleeping. He's got to be at least touching me, but most of the time he likes to curl up in my arms. If I stretch out on the sofa, he'll lay on top of me while I'm... He's the first feral cat that I've had that got friendly so that I was able to bring him inside. He's a big teddy bear now. Oh, Johnny's back.
Okay. It's ginseng honey. This is what I got. That's what. Never had it before. Never heard of it either.
I've had ginseng tea.
It's made with ginseng tea in there, but it's raw honey. I haven't opened it or anything, see what it looks like, but then there's some other teas. Some mint tea, which I absolutely love.
I always try whenever I move, because I've moved around the country so much, mostly, all east of the Mississippi, but north, south. I tend to go up and down every 4 or 5 years. I have a problem with allergies. So one of the first things I do is buy a local honey so that I get acclimated to the pollens that are in the air wherever I move.
When I lived, I think it was Oklahoma, that's where for whatever reason, that's where I have the worst allergies. When I left Oklahoma, they all stopped. And then here, they all started again. But I had what do you call that skin thing? Not psoriasis, eczema. Had that. I had the itchy eyes. Like my niece, same thing. I bet if she leaves Oklahoma, they probably all go away. But she's allergic to she's allergic to strawberries, grass, clouds, like everything that you could be allergic to, she's allergic to. Like if you got out of Oklahoma, I bet it would go away. At least some of it.
Pete Kerner's talking about her wiener dogs love her new cat motorboat. I have a neighbor who has a little wiener dog named Cheeto. With the name when she rescued it, she's wanting to change the name, but it already knows the name. But because of Trump, she'd like to change the name. But like Cheeto, I would hate to have to call Cheeto every day.
Yeah. I shall use it. But all that came today.
Your little care package.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a couple months ago, T-Barb. I went downstairs. Everybody's car was green. I don't care what color your car was, but it was all green because it was nothing but pollen. And the trees are right above us, where we live in the woods practically. And so, yeah, it was awful.
God, the mosquitoes are horrible this year. I got eaten up last night trying to water my garden. It's like around my eyes. Yeah, I put a little bit of mosquito repellent on.
That's so crazy. As cold as it is up there, you wouldn't think they'd be around so much.
You know, when I lived down south, down in Tennessee, you got those huge mosquitoes that fly around that look like dive bombers, right? Up here, it's like the no-see-ums. They're so tiny, you don't even see them. And next thing you know, you've got bites all over. But it's very boggy here. There's a lot of high water tables.
Mm.
So it's much more humid than you would think it would be up here.
They love some water.
In Illinois.
Right now, we're dealing with the, no, not black fly, yellow flies. I don't know what they are exactly, but they're called yellow flies. And they sting and bite or whatever they do. But if you're allergic, it can really damage you. But they cause whelps, like somebody just smacked you with a belt or something.
Yeah.
And they're attracted to black, so they like dark clothes and all that type of stuff. And you can go to the store, this is what they do. They get beach balls, like the little dollar ones, and they spray paint them black and put the little sticky stuff on them and hang them out of the tree. We got a couple actually around here, and then they just fly right to it, and then you walk past it, and it's like covered in a bunch of flies. It's the grossest thing you ever want to see, but it works.
I tell you what I hated they've got them in Florida, but I lived in New Orleans for a year. Those dang palmetto bugs, they're flying roaches. I hate those things. They would like dive bomb you as you were coming in from outside, and get in your house. And
they're the size of Cadillacs.
Like you try to fuck them off the wall with your vacuum cleaner. They don't even budge. They fly in.
I cannot stand it. I don't like any kind of bug.
You can't squish them because they're so big and gross.
Oh, the cicadas. I can't stand it. I had one on my window one time. I swear to you. Because our what do you call these things? Smoke alarms. When they go off, it makes a piercing noise. That way, it makes sure you get up, right? I thought that's what was happening because it was right on the window. I didn't know it was on the window, like on the outside of the window, but it made the loudest noise I've ever heard. I'm like, what the hell is? I went outside. I can't hear it outside. So I'm like, okay, ain't no alarm going off. I come in here. I can't hear like our alarms are going off. And so I go closer to the source and it's on the other side of the screen that's on the window. And I'm like, I had to pull the window up and like spray it with some Windex. And then I'm like, oh my God, that was the worst thing. Ugh. I'm not a bug person.
Yeah, I don't like bugs, spiders, stuff like that.
Lightning bugs, I haven't seen one since I was a kid. So I'm not sure where they are anymore.
We get them here, but they haven't started yet. Like we get them a little bit later than most people.
It's been a long time since I heard one. So I've seen one.
Well, I may have to call it a night because I do have to get up to do some readings tomorrow.
I'm going to go drink my orange juice.
As maybe Johnny will start a live over on his channel or save your voice for tomorrow night or Sunday night.
No, I'll see y'all Sunday because all the stuff I need to do I don't have right now.
Okay, good night, everybody.